Yo, what's up, guys? I am Zzonked, and I'm doing some VOD review for a viewer right now. That I did a little bit of coaching for a couple weeks or a month ago or so, and we've been wanting to do a follow-up coaching session, but he's over in Europe, and so our schedules just haven't quite met up due to the time difference. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a review here and then upload it so that he can see it here. But hopefully this also helps anyone else. So he climbed from Emissary to Oracle right now. He just hit Oracle 1, so I've been super jazzed for him. But yeah, he was Emissary last time I coached him, and so he's been climbing a bit. And but yeah, so it's been awesome to see. So he mostly plays Ivy. So that's kind of... I did grab a game that spoiler alert, this is a loss. But I figured this will probably have the most teachable notes. It is a long one. From what I saw, it should be about 52 minutes. So this is going to be a long one. So I'll try to skip through any like real downtime and try to keep things succinct. But we'll see. So right now he's just playing the lane pretty standard here. Ivy doesn't have a ton of damage in the early game lane. He is against a Graves and Silver here, so that's not the scariest thing, but he does have Celeste with him. Man, they're doing a lot of good poke on this Graves. I would say since he's got Celeste on his team here, he definitely wants to go for these confirms, because Celeste really can't help with the confirms that much. So he should be focusing on that if he isn't already. He's just using that for the heal. Nice. They end up getting the Graves. That's awesome. But yeah, so things looking standard so far. Solid start. He does tend to go more of a gun-focused Ivy, which at the end of the day, if you're not like the top rank, any build will work. And Gun Ivy is still pretty popular. I personally don't think it's the strongest. I think it's one of the weaker ways to play Ivy, just because her gun doesn't scale that well. But he also pivots into like a good amount of survival stuff, like and support stuff. Like he'll usually buy Rescue Beam and things of that sort, which is really good. So he'll usually play Gun Ivy, but have the highest healing in the game. Is from what I've seen from most of his stats. So. Kind of a different play style, but that's all right. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's working for him. Like his win rate's over 50% from what I've been seeing. Like he's climbing at a nice speed. So I'm not gonna critique the build too much, because also at the end of the day, he tried to go for the parry there. A nice try. I'm not gonna critique the build too much, because one, like, unless you're at the really high ranks, I'm not gonna bother people too much about that, because at the end of the day, anything can work if you just back it up with mechanics and just good habits. So I'm mostly going to look at this from a macro perspective of different decisions you can make while macroing here that get better. And at the end of the day too, I'm not an accomplished Ivy these days. I used to play Ivy a lot. So if anyone here is like, or if anyone in the comments is a fairly high ranked Ivy, I'd love for y'all to throw some good tips in the comments to help him out. Like I said, I can't really give a lot of tips for Ivy specifically, other than like I've seen how a lot of high-ranked Ivies are played, and they tend to go, you know, more Vortex Web style, which is what I like, but that's all right. All right. So they're keeping up really good pressure right now. Let's see, 5 minutes is about to hit, so positioning for the whatchamacallit, bridge buffs would be nice right now. We'll see. But also, they're keeping just really good pressure on this lane. That's not bad. The bola by the... that's unfortunate. The bola by the Silver actually saved the Graves there, because he wasn't able to dash to keep up with her. But it's alright. You can really tell it's a lower or mid-ranked game when these are sitting up for as long as they have been. So someone got survival, someone on the enemy team. It is movement buff, so it's not a big deal for him to go get this, but it would be nice. Alright, so someone else got it. So likely the Billy, yeah. Either way, things are pretty standard here for the laning. He's sitting on 1800, so he could get a really nice tier 2 item. Okay, so he gets ult pretty early. Earlier than most of the lobby. So when you get ult earlier than most of the lobby and he's floating a good amount of money, I would love to see him go buy and then fly somewhere. Either A, just fly yourself and then just go drop a bomb on, like, you know, someone here, or even just drop a bomb on them in this lane just real quickly. Just because at the end of the day, like, it's not a reactionary ult. You can't use it while people are fighting you and stuff. So if you want to just get the free damage, it's great. And then you'll be able to use it in a minute and 20 seconds anyway. So, like, you know, by 7 minutes, you'll have it again. That would just be ideal. But, or even you could shove this wave and then pick up this Celeste right now. She has ult too. Go drop it on one of the other lanes. Okay, sweet. So he's just going to go drop it. Slight misplay. Does he get the kill though? He abandons it. That's unfortunate. I think just being a little more patient with the ult there on, like, dropping the bomb specifically on the roof or something like that would have been ideal. But it's all right. I'm so glad he went for it. So that forced the Graves back. She's probably had to reset because of that. Oh, actually, no, she's still in lane. That's crazy. Nice. Okay, nice. So you end up getting silver, and that's actually a more important target, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, so not bad. They ended up getting a kill off of it. Like I said, I feel like you could have gotten more, but no biggie, no biggie. As long as y'all don't give anything up for free. Yeah, definitely want to be careful since the silver has ult, and she just built up a lot of whatever you call it, rage or whatever. So you're still sitting at 2,900. Definitely need to spend this money. I'm not sure what he's saving. So it looks like he's queuing up Tesla bullets. So I've seen him do this in a couple other games that I've watched recently, and I've already let him know that Tesla bullets is great if you go farm with it, but I think a lot of times he doesn't really go AFK farm the jungle. So I would adjust to rushing something else over that, like Trophy Collector, if you're going to fight. But we'll see. He might end up farming the jungle this game. We'll see. But Tesla's great if you're AFK farming. Like, it does make you do more damage, and he'll hit this 4.8k gun spike early, which is cool. But I think there's probably more you could get out of it. Let's see. Is this a good slowing hex game? This is a great slowing hex game. Because it stops Billy from running. It stops Silver. It stops Mina. It stops, what's his name, Dynamo. There's a lot of good slowing hex targets for this. Okay. Honestly, I like that he just preempts that just to completely stop her combo. It's nice. Alright, so you have flight up again, and all the centers just came up. So I'd love to either see you go dunk on the, you know, the Ivy bomb on someone, fly somewhere, or just go grab centers and contest those. One of those. I mean, at the end of the day, it's fine to keep this lane, because this is a highly contested lane. But I would just like to see some movement on the map. Yeah, because I feel like for the money, for 3,200, I feel like you could have 3 different items here that are all pretty good for just different things on the map. Or even just fighting. I think there's better items for fighting this early. Just unfortunate. Yeah. That was an overstay. Honestly, I think right there, as soon as the Transform and the Celeste died, while she was still in flight, I would have probably just flown around in the air for a little while, and then maybe waited out the Silver, and then just dropped the bomb on her and tried to kill her after that, maybe. But it's alright. Yeah, so there's a lot of Sinners up. I would rather just give the Silver the lane at this point. And okay, Guardian's dead, yellow. Yeah, I would just rather give excuse me, Celeste the lane and then just start farming something else. Or helping another lane and just start moving around, you know. Go AFK farm jungle, grab Sinners, and then as soon as you have ult up, go try to fight someone. Nice. That was good. But try to fight someone and then so on and so forth. So maybe he'll do that after they knock out this. We'll see. So let's see where he transitions into the mid game. I mean, he is doing a good job at constantly hitting this. That's good. All right. So let's see. You do have the option to farm up a little bit of their side. And they're not really contesting it right now. So it's probably better or more ideal to farm a little bit of theirs. But it's okay if you want to play safe. That's fine. But you do have flight. So you can kind of farm that fairly safely. That's not a big deal. It's just nice. Yeah, so they're both here. They're looking for this tower. So yeah, definitely wanting to play safe here, but make sure you're just knocking out the minions as much as possible. Yeah, they're probably going to get this. Yeah, so Celeste just did what I was saying that she should do, which is fine. She's going to get in the centers. So this tower's dead. At this point, you can start walking off and do something else if you want. Yeah, you definitely don't want to get caught by that. She missed most of her combo. That's good. Yeah, it would have been nice if Celeste... Oh, she was almost dead. Yeah. No biggie. Alright, so at least she's... Or, Ivy is, you know, just protecting the walker at this point. Can probably AFK farm this. That's alright. So... We're at 4K. Definitely want to spend. So yeah, like I said, a couple of games I've seen, this has been so far his build order, which I think there's definitely a lot of better ways to build that. Again, if you're a Ivy player and you're like, no, this is pretty meta, let me know. But at least in the higher ranks that I see Ivies play, I usually see them go a very different route. But even then, I would just say I think there's a lot better things you could do with your money right now, to even just make yourself be able to farm or stay relevant on the map. Like I wouldn't hate a cultist, honestly, just to stay up in money. Alright, so here, so you gotta pull back. Alright, so I would love for them to have Infernus or Mirage come to this side lane and then for her just to start AFK farming or just start flying, because she's only used, what, 2 flights this whole game? And she got flight at 5 minutes 20 or something like that. So Bebop was looking for a pick. Nice. Instantly getting the Sinners that spawn. That's good. Gotta get yours. Yeah, then just go ahead and farm some of this. You got Tesla. But also we're sitting on a lot of money. I think upgraded. I think this is, yeah, it's only 1,300. Okay. I don't like not clearing this wave first, but let's see if they're catching someone. If time was of the essence. I think it was. Stomp. Is anyone following up on it? That's unfortunate. Are they gonna get her? Nice. Okay, they at least got her. Lane is getting passively pushed though because you didn't clear it first. There's a double wave here. Hopefully he's boosting for it. Looks like he is. Nice. Okay, well that's good. So that actually could have been worse. That's totally fine. Now Bebop's coming and kind of stealing some of this farm. That's a little less ideal, but it's okay. He's got to get money too. So yeah, so that actually worked out. Ideally, it would have been better if you pushed the wave then ran, but it seemed like time was of the essence for the gank, so that's all right. That worked out. So let's see. So they're running Earn, so let's see if we position for it, or like our team does. Do I have it set to... Yeah. Yeah, so they know where 3, if not more, are on the map, so it looks like the enemy team's positioning for this Earn. So that's all right. Nice. The Bebop's nailing a good hook. Oh, nice. Landed the capacitor. Nice. Oh, and then went ahead and bought rescue beam as well as capacitor. Interesting. Alright, so yeah, now at this point, the Billy is just wasting his time. That's good. Nice. She's looking at the other fight, showing up, dunks it on the roof, which is good. I would like to, right here, she could have looked down and pulled one of her teammates up to her, which would have helped. That would have been pretty cool to deal with the silver, but that's, you know, that's a little thing. It's not a big deal. Oh, he's trying to catch him. Nice, okay. Gotta hit that reload button. These are all minor things, but nice. Nice, he's showing up to these fights. Oh, the urn got dunked while this fight was going on. That's unfortunate, I didn't even notice that. Dynamo's doing dynamo things. Nice. Okay, so let's see. So they got a lot of kills, but they should definitely push this walker for that. But instead they're all just sitting there and then they're leaving. That's unfortunate. So this is an example where, so the fight wasn't a bad fight. It was an okay fight, but it was one of those things where even y'all won the fight, which is awesome. You get money for that, which is great. They lose a little bit of momentum, but you didn't get an objective off the fight. So it's not perfectly ideal. And actually, if anything, the Billy ended up getting the urn, so they actually came out almost better off for that, which isn't quite as ideal. It's not the end of the world. It's just one of those things where, like, that fight was going on, it just didn't really do anything. It didn't really progress one team further. So it's just kind of the macro aspect would be better to be looking for a split push or something of that sort. But all that to say, that's me being really nitpicky, to be honest. I think overall it was good for him to show up to those fights. It was just, you know, it was unfortunate that they didn't hit that walker right after. I think that was their best chance, was to hit that walker. And now they're letting this walker get re-pushed, which is not good. That's not great. Fly, yeah, good. Alright, so the... if you're gonna use your flight, at least turn around and yeet your bomb, you know, just to do some damage and get the barrier from it, but it's okay, it's not a big deal. So the Drifter called that there was 5 mid, which I think he was correct. So hopefully this Mirage is split pushing pretty hard. I would, because you know how many are here, I would get the hell out of this lane and go push something else, because now you know that Mirage is pushing, and this lane is about to meet halfway here, and it's just going to be a stalemate. Likely your team should be able to at least clear the minions without having to fight the enemy team. And so that's what I would make that call, is I would say, hey, just clear the minions, I'm going to go split push, you know, don't commit to a fight if you can. And that would be ideal. Yeah, and so now this Mina's split pushing, and so it looks like you're starting to go. Okay, so you actually did make that call. Sweet. Love to see that. He's trying to head him off, it looks like. Let's see. Okay, so the Mirage wasn't able to push. Yeah, so the enemy team pulled off of mid really fast. You're kind of just wandering around aimlessly a little here. I think you need to look at, like, everywhere you're going as an objective of, all right, I'm going to go to this farm, and then I'm going to go catch this wave. Yeah, you get it. Someone else is catching it. That's fine. But it's good. You eventually got Sinners. It's good here. No one's showing on the map, so pushing this is sketchy. Ult is coming up, so you could go for aggressive pushes. It is a possibility, as long as you treat it as the second you hear a noise, you instantly hit your ult and get out. He's using that for the heal, it looks like, which is totally fine. Yeah, gotta go ahead and catch this. You know Mina's looking to push it again. That's alright. Looks like he's queuing up his next item. Yeah, I wouldn't buy active reload this late in the game. Active reload's really good in lane, but then after you leave lane, it really loses a lot of value. And it has anti-synergy with Titanic, because you literally reload half as often. So I would, if you really want the reload aspect, I would go like QSR, a Quicksilver reload, or something of that sort instead, so that you can start building up your spirit. Because I do think you should start building a little bit of spirit damage here. You can still play Ivy very gun focused, but just start like building a little bit of hybrid. It will probably go a long way. Let's see. Nice. Team's cleaning up a bunch of people. That's great. Nice. I'm glad he paid attention to make sure to catch this instead of staying. But at that point when Mirage hit it, you can go ahead and leave it and let him, because at the end of the day, you want to keep him getting fed. Nice. Sinners is up. If Mirage doesn't go for it, you definitely should. Yeah, he's getting the wave, so you should go for it. Good stuff. Yeah, this game... Oh, this is going to... Yeah. I mean, I happen to know that this is a 52-minute game, but you can tell this is going to be a long game. Hopefully Mirage shows up to this. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. Get the counter gank. That's great. Are they down 1 or 2? It's 1 for 1. Celeste died on the other side of the map. I would probably look for an urn at this point. Your team is up 10k. So at this point, your team is doing really well. Yeah, y'all just got Graves too. Yeah, urn would be a good call here. Yeah, for someone to, because someone's going to need to go deal with these waves anyway, so you're going to naturally have someone already over here. This will be a comeback urn for them if y'all keep it up much longer. So definitely someone running urn here would be good, which looks like Mirage might pick it up and run it. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and honestly, it's pretty... Yeah, I was about to say, you might be pinging that to let him know that you can fly him the rest of the way. So yeah, if he just comes somewhere over here and then you just fly him the rest of the way, that'd be great. A lot of lower and mid-rank players tend to have this idea that, like, if Ivy's in the game, like, oh, you don't pick up urn unless Ivy comes and flies you, which is incorrect. You can just still run the urn, and it's just if Ivy can fly you the rest of the way, that's great, but don't worry too much about it. Ooh, unfortunate. Nice. Nice. Okay. Oh, hopefully you don't die for it. Oh, Drifter overstayed. He should have been very happy that he got out in time and then ran. That's all right. I'm not saying it's the right play. You could have, when you saw him getting ulted, you could have flown and then rescue beamed him from the air, and that would have then also given you a way out that was much cleaner. But that's like a minor critique. It's just another option. Also, if you know the tech, you can start the rescue beam and then cancel it, and you'll yeet him past you. That's just a fun one, but not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Nice. They end up getting the Mina off that, and she even ulted for it. Nice. So overall, this is going well. So Mirage, I guess, just took the urn so that they wouldn't, which is weird. And then now he's not hitting this wave. You're going to need to. It looks like you are. Excellent. Yeah, this has been solid of, like, paying attention to just babysitting this lane. The Ivy's been doing a good job at that. So, Graves is very gankable here if... Yeah. I love the looking for the Graves here. Let me see where the Graves went. Graves kind of already got out, but I love the idea of... I'm guessing y'all were calming with the Mirage. The only one critique is you definitely want to deal with the wave first, which all you have to do is at least kill one singular minion, and then your wave will passively win that fight. So I would just at least kill one minion, then go, because that only adds 2 seconds to the fight, or to the time. But that's my only note there. But I do like looking for this. But at the end of the day, she's gone, so Looks like you're probably going to go back. Yeah, so you'll end up clearing it anyways. But just if you did find her, then at that point the wave would have like been even. And then, you know, sometimes it will like just RNG will cause it to lose or something like that. So just to make sure that you don't get passively pushed, I would have at least killed one minion, then went. Oh, I didn't see the metal skin buy. Why? I guess, oh, Haze seems to be becoming a problem. I guess, and then Silver and Billy. So not a bad, and I mean, even Mina's damage starts, like, at least if you, I don't think it procs. Oh, nice. I don't think it procs if you, have metal skin off. Yeah, ever since they nerfed Ivy, like, the flight just doesn't help for Ern that much, but it does help. Nice, good stuff. Oh no, he missed it. Alright, nice. What's the state of the lanes? Ooh, I would want to fight this. Yeah, yeah. A lot of their teams showing elsewhere. I would try to get Celester and Furnace to go deal with blue. Mirage is already here. Y'all should just push this aggressively. Y'all are in good positions as long as everyone goes to correct places. Tried to rescue him. Not quite. Ooh. That's unfortunate. The Haze came in and just dunked on everybody. Oof, that was rough. I think that was the right play to go for this. I didn't see that the Haze was here, but that felt like the right play. It just, the execution didn't work out. And did Mirage? Mirage died to the, oh, that's not good. Mirage died to the Graves. Oof. Oh, that's rough. Because y'all were in honestly a pretty good position right there. And then it just got fumbled. Just the execution on all fronts didn't go well. So this might be the turning point for the enemy team. So you're still up a little, but I'm guessing you're about to lose a walker here. Yeah, Blue's getting dunked on. Gosh, all of the walkers are getting killed. Oh, that's so painful. Nice. Okay, they at least get her, but the walker almost died for it. Oof. Graves is pushing. All right, you're back. Nice. Yeah, exactly like that. That was good. Of just kind of mostly dealing with the wave, or at least killing it enough and then still running. That's good. Nice. Okay, so the counter push from the team has been solid. They're coming out swinging. Yeah, so far this is a fairly even game. Let's see. Yeah, Ern just respawned. It's even. So yeah, I would try to look for an Ern. Funny. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother fighting. Yeah, I think my main critique this game is honestly just the itemization. I feel like it's just kind of hard locking into gun just to lock into gun. I think there's a lot of better things you can go. Nice. Huge rescue. Let's go. Although, oh, wait a second. Let me double check that. Was Haze there? No, Haze was somewhere else. Okay. Oh, no, Haze was here. I think you actually trolled him, honestly. I'm not sure if the Mirage was reloading one or what, but the Haze was one, and she's the most important target. So I think honestly, you probably could have rescue beamed him, but then maybe dunked on the Haze yourself. But it's all right. I mean, the instinct was to save the Mirage, but I think the Mirage was actually probably fine. Now I might be wrong. He might have been calming something different, but yeah, that Haze, you got to shut her down. Oof, she's getting really scary. Yeah, this is so bad when you see 3 people hovering a lane and the minions clash on the walker. I hate seeing that so much. That's alright. Alright, let's see. Alright, so 2 showing here, so you want to play near the walker because they might run you down. You're using all your stamina getting to them. You need stamina to get away from them. Alright, Celeste is showing up. That's good. That Graves is... Oh, Billy is definitely killable. Well, I appreciate you're doing a good job, or the Ivy's doing a good job at babysitting this lane. I will say I would rather, if they're up for it and you can communicate with it, I would rather one of the carries do it, like either Infernus or Mirage. I would rather them sit there and babysit it and get rich, and then have you play from blue, and then so that you can fly any which way, you know, and help out your team, or so you can AFK farm since you got capacitor so early. It's not the end of the world, but I think that would be optimal, but it's not a big deal. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But overall, this game, they've caught up. They've caught up, which is not great. Just your team's making a couple bad plays around the map. They're up in objectives, kind of, like unofficially, but damage-wise, Blue's just getting passively pushed again. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, so this is a case where I had told this guy, this Ivy, when I had coached him in the past, of like, always pay attention to the good and bad habits of your team early on. So like make mental notes about like, oh, they never seem to go to this lane, or oh, this guy tends to always run down fights, or this guy never comes to fights, this guy's always AFK farming, this guy tends to bait me, like he'll call for us to go here and then he leaves without saying anything. You know, make these mental notes so that you know who's worth helping on your team, or like who you're actually cooperating with on your team. Because realistically, in my experience, most Deadlock games are won and lost by like 2 players, maybe 3 on the team. Like, obviously, the higher you go in theory, there's more and more people who are useful, but a lot of times it's like 2 or 3 guys who are really being the playmakers and are making the actual difference on the team. So you want to find who those are on your team and help them out, or complement their weaknesses and things of that sort. So right here, Blue keeps the waves keep hitting the walker before anyone goes to him. So even though I love side laning, Blue at this point, even if I was a hard carry, I would just go and sit in Blue, because Blue walker is very important. It gives so much map control of having a walker there. So if you lose it first, it's really bad. And so that one is so important to keep for a long time. And it looks like you're about to lose it just because your team wasn't paying attention. And especially it's bad because you have a Mirage and Ivy who can, in theory, be very present everywhere on the map. So you got to kind of push that advantage of making sure you're catching every wave here. Whereas your team is just, not doing that, and that's not ideal. So hopefully you head here, but I think it's dead. I don't think you can save this. I'm guessing you'll probably try to go for the graves, which is okay at that point. Yep, Walker instantly exploded. They're also getting mid right now. Also having mid Walker would have been really nice for that. So yeah, I don't know what your team was doing there. All of that was completely preventable. Most everyone was up. I think maybe Infernus and Drifter and Bebop might have been dead, but yeah, that's just unfortunate. So let's see. Yeah, so we need to push out these waves, or at least be in position to deal with them. It looks like they're pushing this pretty hard. You already have 2 here, so I would go ahead and go somewhere else. I would probably try to steal some of my own farm before the enemy team does. Yeah, because now they're positioning for this. Alright, so this is a good question, is do you position for the urn here while they have Rejuve and Dynamo ult and all that stuff, or do you try to split push? I think I would opt to just go ahead and split push. Yeah, you're even saying I don't think we can contest, but you are here. So this is where, yeah, I would just get out of here. It's not worth sitting here, I think. Yeah, and then Infernus dies solo. Yeah, so at this point, y'all are just locking in. Yeah, 2 are showing somewhere else, so maybe at this point you commit. I think at this point you do commit. You're already here. Dynamo's showing elsewhere. Just dunk on someone and make sure to spread out so the Dynamo doesn't do it. Did they get Urn? I think they turned in Urn. I think they dropped it and respawned. Oh, you can interrupt that, but it's not a big deal. As long as you activate it when you're on the edge. But yeah, no biggie. Ah, and then yellow dies for free. Are they at least getting kills? At this point, I'd get out of here. I would probably call for my team to hard get out. Maybe not. Maybe that's the wrong call. At least you've zoned Dynamo, so it's like a 4-5v3 in theory. So yeah, maybe it's worth staying. Yeah, and Billy's low. I think it is worth staying. What I don't like is if y'all die here, they already have stuff pushing your towers, and so this is very scary. Granted, your last walker's here, so that is nice to play here. So I don't know. I'm more just like I'm bouncing ideas in my head here. So I think this fight's fine. It just doesn't feel great. Nice. You got the Billy. They only have one rejuve left, so a lot of their momentum's gone. Looks like Mirage is still pushing. That's good. Yeah, Celeste is going back to clear the lanes. Yeah, having some indecision. That's okay. Oh, Infernus went back too. Yeah, this was too many people going back. So right here, this is a fumble. You only need one person to go back to clear the lanes. It's so easy for one person. So since Celeste went back, I would just call for everyone else to try to get this walker at this point, because they're down one here. Dynamo doesn't have ult. He probably doesn't have a refresher yet. Yeah, no refresher. I didn't even think about how good Indomitable is on Dynamo. Interesting. So yeah, I would just hard commit to this and get this walker, because also it's already half and Haze is there. So if you can isolate this Haze, that'd be great. Granted, she's trying to ricochet and all this stuff, so that's unfortunate. But so she's definitely killable with most of your team, whereas I bet both of these people get picked by Haze here. Oh yeah, now there's Dynamo and Graves back, so they're both dead to Haze. Yep. And the urn is here. So yeah, this is a fumble on your team, because y'all had momentum here for a moment. Just one person go fix the lanes. Just one person go fix, and then everyone else shove here. Or one person go fix lanes, then everyone else escort urn. And then y'all are very much so back in this game, because this urn is 8,200. Yeah. I think that was the play there, but it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, the team was kind of going all over the place. Yeah, now they're and everyone's not paying attention. Yeah, and this isn't the Ivy's fault. This is just people, like, he's in the right position. It's just the team all left. And at the end of the day, this is the most important lane for objectives right now. Urn is here, as well as the last walker. Y'all gotta defend this, and no one seems to care. Yeah, they're just giving it for free. That's painful. Yeah. Yeah, now they're getting here when it's dead, and so now they'll just trickle in and die probably. Maybe they'll get out clean, but yeah, that's such a fumble. And then Infernus isn't even pushing this when it's when you do have momentum. That's unfortunate. That's okay. At least y'all are trying to go for the fight. Let's see if you can get some picks. Because, I mean, if you can pick out the Dynamo, that's really good. Dynamo is such an important target. Granted, no, whatchamacallit yet? No ult. Nice. Oh, okay, good. Making sure to grab that. But now Celeste has been abandoned, so Celeste has been kind of baited. Yeah. Yeah, your team is kind of baiting a little. And granted, I don't have the comms here, so I don't know what happened. And now two more people are just walking up to Haze here. Alright, two are showing elsewhere. Haze was here, so there's probably two more somewhere around here. And it's comeback urn for blue now, so definitely urn should be run. Yeah, and Haze is instantly trying to run it. Or at least she's going to take it. We'll see if she runs it. Dynamo's going to have probably ult by then. How many seconds for his ult? 13. Yep. Dynamo's going to have ult back. So they're forcing a fight here. So the enemy team's playing very well. They're making really good macro decisions here. They keep just pushing stuff. They're catching waves. They're playing really well. But this game's still winnable. Like, for sure. Y'all are slot locked. because y'all have just been running down fights instead of split pushing. Yeah, like here. Oh, just commit to this at this point. I think you're too far from this fight to really do anything. Yeah, fully commit to this, which it looks like you're doing. For a second, I thought you were leaving, but yeah. So this is excellent. I'm glad you're doing this because you're slot locked. You need it. Drifters, AFK. The enemy, your team isn't really doing much. Yeah, and you can fly here afterwards if you want. Perfect. Now, I wouldn't commit to this. Probably just drop a nuke on him and run away. Yeah, just like that. Nice. Okay, they got something for it. Sick. Don't hard commit. Don't hard commit. Not bad, not bad. Alright, this is becoming a good fight. They still got Urn, which is unfortunate, but... Nice! That was excellent. I loved the mid walker into flying there. That was good. Making sure you just flew in. So this is where I would say a more spirit heavy Ivy would be really wonderful. Like not a full spirit Ivy, but just a couple more spirit items. Because even like a whatchamacallit. Oh my gosh, my brain is being slow. Extra charge into rapid, like a rapid recharge, and then like a mystic slow or something like that, instead of maybe like get rid of active reload and maybe another item or something like that. That would be good, because what you could do is when you flew over here, you drop bomb, everyone's slowed, or you do like a fire rate slow, one of those two, and then you just start dropping 1 or 2 entangling thorns before you hit your stone form, and all of a sudden this whole area is unplayable for them. But either way, y'all still won the fight, and you're doing great. But that's like the amount of value that Ivy has for these fights when you do that is really good. And that's a polite suggestion. At the end of the day, if you really just like running it down, that's on Gun Ivy, that's all right. 10k soul, so hopefully you'll go spend after this. But y'all are doing great. Mid boss is coming up in a minute, so actually, yeah, any kills here mean that you likely will be able to position for mid boss. They'll be spawning as mid boss is spawning, so definitely a possibility. If you can get a good dynamo stagger here, yeah, definitely your team should all in this dynamo here. Alright, how big is his death timer? 76 seconds. There's only a minute left. Yeah, so dynamo won't be up for mid boss, or he'll be coming in at the last possible second with ult, mind you. So as long as y'all keep a really good map control and keep control of blue. Keeping control of blue is really important right now, so that whenever this mid boss spawns, y'all are able to position for it. Nice. Y'all are looking for this other walker. I love that. This is good. Let's see. I would start farming a bit of their side of the jungle maybe. After, yeah, she's showing, and y'all can't quite kill her with just 2. Y'all really need 3 to kill this Haze. It seems she's very farmed. All of her stuff is maxed. Now she's positioning for you right now. Yeah, get out of here. This is sketchy. I'd be willing to... Let's see. Is she still here? No, she actually left, so maybe that would have been fine to stay. But without knowing that, that's sketchy as heck. Graves left her ult there. Alright, so mid-boss is about to spawn, but sadly your team's not positioning for it. They got Mina too. Yeah, definitely should have been positioned for mid-boss here. That's a little bit of a fumble again from the team, but also that's not uncommon for this rank to not like know that. But just so you know, like, because at the end of the day, if you make that call and are pointing it out, then that's really good. Love that you're filling up the active slots. That's huge. Nice. You should have just danced around here. Anytime you get pushed by Haze here, just dance around that. If she ults you anywhere near this, you get free, like you live for free. But she didn't kill you, surprisingly, so hey, that works out anyways. Nice. Probably self-cast your rescue beam just to top off, but you got plenty of health too. Nice. Oh, okay. I didn't see. Yeah, so you spent all the money on Cursed Relic and Juggernaut. I like that. I'm down for that. Yeah, I would just dump active reload for something better soon. I love active reload, by the way. It's not that I hate this item. It's just as a late buy, it's not that great, and it's usually one of the first things I replace late game if I am playing a gun carry. But yeah, but I like that you're just positioning for this lane here. Your team is just letting all the waves push up. So, unfortunately, y'all had an excellent couple of fights, and y'all staggered them so much. But then your team went and AFK farmed your side of the jungle. And again, this isn't necessarily a note for the Ivy, but like these are things you can point out, just anyone watching, to your team of like, y'all had 3 of them dead. Even if you don't want to make the risky mid-boss call, make sure y'all are keeping all of these waves shoved. Like, they had the potential to keep every single wave up to here or farther. They could have gotten this walker or this walker by just splitting 3 and 3, or something like that. And unfortunately, they didn't really do anything with the fight. So, like, even though they won the fight, yeah, y'all got money, but you didn't do anything with it, which is unfortunate. Urn just spawned. Urn's not a bad call here, but you are down 1, so maybe that is a bad call. Yeah, they're playing. The whole team's playing in your base like almost as if they just got rejuice, right? Like everyone's playing really scared all of a sudden, which is crazy because y'all were winning those fights. You're doing well. Yeah, y'all should be looking to gank people right now. Which, yeah, the silver is gankable. Little tip when you're fighting silver is move horizontally, so like left and right or diagonally, because she really needs to land most of her combo. So especially when you hear her do the thing, like she needs to hit those 4 bullets to get into her ult. And if you just move left to right, a lot of times she misses half that clip and then can't ult. And then you just really screw up her combo. This is rough. So yeah, Hayes coming in. She's about to dunk on both of y'all. Oof, yeah, you're just getting hate crimed right now. Oh gosh, that's rough. Your ult just came up, but you're unable to activate. That's crazy that you lived. That's actually insane. So good stuff. Good itemization on the other stuff here, like Siphon Bullets, Metal, and Juggernaut, because the haze being such a problem. So, like, I don't want anyone to feel like I'm picking on the itemization for the gun stuff. I'm just making suggestions of maybe something that could have more impact. But the defensive items have been solid. Nice, and y'all pick off the silver too. I can't believe that turned around. I thought that y'all were about to get dunked on. So I had no faith. All right, this is a mid-boss call, 100%. Or a walker, one of those two. So there should either be a mid-boss or a walker right now. All right, so Eternus is pulling up the wave. That's good. All right, so I would say at this point... Oh, Hayes is here. Yeah, never mind. I was going to say you should go push another lane because you have enough team there to kill the walker, but then Hayes killed the drifter, which is sketchy. Oh, no. Unfortunate. It's all right. Y'all are still up. Or even. Yeah, man. Mid-boss would have been so good if everyone just pulled off and went mid-boss there. I think that would have been the play. I don't know if I would have made that call. I would have probably made the call for that walker since they were so close. But definitely that was, in hindsight, that was the better play, was just go grab rejuves, then you can push walker. Yeah, that's unfortunate. This Hayes is absolutely farming. Nice. You're the Ivy's 5-1, which is awesome though to see. It's a solid game. Now, I know this game is a really long one, so we'll see how this all goes. Yeah, this is one of those things where I think this game has been won or lost based off of people not being decisive off of winning a fight. I would wait till it's descending. I would fly in, drop You're... Oh, too early, too early. Oh, you got one. Nice. Did you get two? Oh, all right. You know what? I don't care. Well done. You got both. Well done. And it sucks that you die for it, but like, never mind. Yeah, the stole 2 was sick. Well done. Well done. Yeah, I mean, like, if you used 3 slightly later, that would have been nice. Or you could have hit like your 4, flown in, and then dropped a 1, and then stone formed. But that's all right. At the end of the day, results. You got 2. That's the best you could hope for, you know. So I'll take it. I'm not sure why Drifter is all-inning this when they just all got rejuve. Well, they only have 1 rejuve at this point, so it's not a bad call, actually. But he's about to die. Yeah, actually, it was a fine call. Ooh. I'll say I don't love the fight here, but it's alright. Ah, that haze. Yeah, y'all gotta deal with that haze. You know, considering, I mean, this isn't terrible. This is fine. I mean, obviously, like they are dying here, but at least the enemy team's not getting the shrines right now, which is actually huge because y'all took because your Drifter and everyone took the fight to their side, which is not bad. Even with them dying, it's kind of okay. But overstaying here could get punished. We'll see. Okay. Oh, sweet. Ivy's back. All right. So this is, yeah. So this is going to be one of those cases where it's, you know, one of the games where it's both teams are having these really big swings, and then they don't know how to capitalize off of it. I think that's likely what's just going to keep happening this game, that will eventually result in a loss. So I might start increasing the speed here, because I think the main thing was just the key points was doing something off of these momentum switches that y'all have had. Like when you won these fights, just actually getting something for them. Because y'all had the opportunity, it's just sadly y'all didn't do it. And I don't know if there was someone on the team who was like IGLing and just making bad calls, but everyone was listening to him. Ooh, yeah, stay here with the bebop, let him dunk it. Nice, they're not contesting? Oh, they did contest, okay. Yeah, it would have been ideal if you were there. And you could have flown him in that last second. At this point, I would just go try to dunk it. Yeah, I would have turned around and started trying to dunk it while he was fighting them. Ooh. Yikes. Alright. Hopefully your team gets the other walker at least. Sweet. Urn at least is running away, so that's good. So, oh, they're running away too. They could get this walker, possibly. So I guess, yeah, you were trying not to... Yeah. So it sounds like there were comms to not run the urn, which is, yeah, I generally... I don't like running urn. Unless it is like a guarantee. Because I just feel like you donate your life and the urn to them, and they didn't have to even run away or run it or anything. That's why I have a serious, whatchamacallit, like, I always avoid urn. I just feel like it's a giant throw most of the time. And I know, like, people like Deathy will, you know, make the stat argument, which it is the best, like, bang for buck in the game, you know, of like the best objective to do at all times in the game. But if you look at it as we guarantee get it, then yes, it is the best thing you can possibly do. But the way I look at it is it's a coin flip to get the most thing, you know. But yeah, so it's a lot harder to do and get your team to actually cooperate and do it. And so it feels like a lot of times you end up running it, they end up positioning, your team doesn't position, so you just have to go drop it, and you wasted, you know, a ton of time. And so it's just, I don't like Urn. I get it why it's so good, but I don't like it at all. Nice. So the Ivy is seeming to try to do a little bit of IGLing here, at least just via text, and like be, you know, say, hey, we need to adjust our playstyle. We're in the late game at this point. We need to be deathballed or like within range, which is excellent. I'm liking that. Because that's true. Because, you know, at this point, one pick forces mid boss in a lot of cases. Yeah, so Bebop is moving up towards some people. Yeah, so y'all gotta find a way to just go hate crime someone, basically. Which I would say, at this point, you've got the build for it. The Ivy's got a good build for it with a curse, so I would, and capacitor. So I would love to see Ivy, yeah, just clear this next wave and then just go instantly fly blue. This works too. I'm fine with this because you have a double wave. You'll passively push. So just keep flying here. I want to drop it and then just keep. I would say stay in the air as long as possible, because you're probably going to get Dynamo ulted soon. Not bad, not bad. You gotta send this curse a lot earlier. You could have cursed that Billy, and he couldn't have gotten away then, and you'll probably kill him here. Oh, curse her? No, she's got unstop. Yeah. No, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I would just send. I wouldn't hold curse for anyone in particular. I would just send curse on anyone you can get your hands on, because, like I said, anyone dead is like huge at this point. Now, granted, y'all are up, or like this is even, so your team's still winning the fight. But man, think about if that Billy died early. That'd be wonderful, right? But yeah, again, there hasn't been any like really crazy notes at this point of stuff to do, because this is just a late game where it's just awkward. You're just waiting for a fight to result in one team or the other getting a lot out of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start speeding up a little. Oh, sorry. So they're taking mid at this point. They're forcing it. They have refresher on Dynamo, so I don't know if he's used it. Nice. Is your team gonna follow up and do anything here? Let's see. So it looks like this is the fight. Yeah, so them just forcing mid with Dynamo ult is what kind of won it for them at this point. Yeah. I'm just gonna skip up a bit. Yeah, at this point the Haze only ults when she has unstop, which is rough. Okay. I haven't seen this in a long time. Yeah, nice. That's exactly what you should do. Just yeet it at the tank. Oh, nice. She's low. She's dead. Nice. I think that's their last rejuve unless I have a replay bug. Nice damage on the Mina. Oh, Mina's so low. Very killable. Oh, she's got cheat death. This is such a disjointed fight. Okay. Oh, wait, they only got the Mina. I thought for a second the team was up. Oh, get out of here. Yeah. Yeah, gosh. Yeah, see, like right there. See how much damage Ivy had to pour into that minion just to kill the minion? And granted, this is a super minion, I think. Look at that. That's a lot of damage. Or like that's a lot of bullets, you know, and this is where I've been saying, like, I think Gun Ivy doesn't scale late game. Like it's really solid early and mid game, but it just falls off so hard. Because her late game scaling is rough. So I think honestly, that's a lot of this at this point is probably just adjust the build a little to get more damage. via spirit and stuff like that. And I think honestly you're in a much better place. Like I said, I was trying not to critique the build too much, but honestly, I feel like a lot of those fights would have gone a lot better for you if you just had more spirit damage and utility. And you had like as much utility as possible. It's just you didn't have like a lot of spirit damage to follow it up. But overall, this game was good. It was a really good example of not knowing, like, you know, the dog chasing the squirrel, and then when it actually catches it, it has no idea what to do with it. It's like, I wasn't expecting this to happen. It's like the team was running down these fights, and the Drifter and the Mirage and the Bebop, they were all doing great in these fights, and y'all would kill a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and oh my gosh, the Celeste did a ton of damage. Like, y'all had a great fighting team, but then everyone just kind of would finish the fight and then be like, well, I don't know what to do. So everyone just kind of went their separate ways. They're like, well, it was nice that we all met. See y'all later, you know? And I think it was really just push the objectives after those fights, use those advantages, or, you know, if y'all ever made a mid-boss call, that would have been nice. Because y'all had the Dynamo dead a couple times, or at least with no ult. But whereas, like, your team seemed to, they would just go and try to, 3 people would go and try to fix 2 lanes, you know, at multiple points in the game, which is just unfortunate. That game was very winnable. But all that to say, I think that's most of what I got to say about that. So I hope this helped anybody watching. If anybody's interested in me doing VOD review for their games, feel free to reach out. If you find this helpful, then I'd love to do it more. If you don't find this helpful, fair enough. Then, you know, my bad. But either way, y'all have a good one. Peace.